the majority. How does that happen, though? I mean, how does it happen?
It's Mr. Bear, but where's Mr. Bear? Where's Mr. Bear?
Even if we can just try to understand it cognitively, how do you get from a fight that in the moment is sometimes a literal fight and is about the right to assemble, and it's about police behavior, and it's about right to free speech, and it's about people getting arrested and going to jail, and that becomes this immediate concern.
Yes, Bear's got a new toy. Look.
Where's larger support?
Look at the bear.
Broader thing that those people were assembling for.
Yeah, we're playing with it. No, you won't play with it.
I'm hoping that what Occupy has done here is actually collectively bring together a set of ideas that already existed.
Mr. Bear, yes.
Institutional or movement popular base. So when you look at the past 50 years in kind of American political thought, it is conservative dominated. And I don't just mean the GOP, but I mean the notion that the market is the very first place where we should always look for an answer. And this, in fact, comes from a set of institutions, think tanks, conservative universities, philosophers who are writing about this, who are implementing it globally, actually, this kind of market-based individual analysis that whenever it sees inequality, it asks one question. What's wrong with poor people? Why are poor people poor? And what we see here is, for the first time, a mass-based movement that brings together a set of progressive ideas that has been asking the question when they see inequality. How did rich people get rich? Why are these rich people rich? This can't all be merit. These people can't be that much more meritorious than poor people. And that's a shift of the question. And if what they're doing is collecting on something that exists in these institutions, then maybe it lights the fire under the institutions to do the kind of insider work. If that shift in dynamics that we're talking about, the unnatural thing being the 1% having such a concentration of wealth and power in this country, rather than the unnatural thing being the rest of the country not having it. What does it matter, and how does it matter if Zuccotti Park is never overnight occupied again? If these people lose their physical space that they have been occupying, they haven't just been marching and rallying, they have been willing themselves to stay out overnight in uncomfortable circumstances and take up space. What happens if they lose those spaces? Yeah, I'm not convinced that this is the worst thing that can happen. I think it's bad, and I think it's particularly bad for our right to assemble, kind of constitutionally bad for us as a country. But I'm not certain that it's the worst thing that can happen to the movement, because there's a way in which it has become a bit of a tourist spot. Now, I don't mean for the occupiers themselves, but there's a way that once it becomes truly a almost permanent or semi-permanent residence, then it can lose some of its own kind of fire behind it. Today was in part emblazed by